book movie fans. We are here with comic book historian Alan Stewart at the Hall of Heroes for the Grand Tour.
And I am psyched. Let's get ready, folks. How's it going, Alan?
Real good, guys. Hey, I'm glad you guys made it out. This is probably the #1 spot for superhero fans to come visit because our museum is the only comic book and superhero museum in the entire world. And we also have the largest comic book and superhero collection in the world.
He's not lying.
That's right. Absolutely not lying. Proof of that is up here from FX The Collectible Show. They came out in 1995 and did a whole hour show on my collection. This is, of course, way before we had the museum. But this is our proof that it is not an idle to boast, that we do have the largest collection. And then down here, I've actually, this shows a little character of myself as Green Lantern that I wrote for the Elkhart Truth newspaper. I used to have my own comic book column that I wrote it was in every Sunday's paper during the 90s.
So not only do you have the last 50 years or so of comic books, you also produce, write, and publish your own Hall of Heroes comic.
Right, I've written comic books professionally, so not only have I been a collector for over 30 years, I've amassed the largest collection. I'm actually probably one of the foremost authorities and historians on comic books in the world, but I've also written professionally. Now up here, if you see this entire wall here, you see up here it says Hall of Heroes. Hall of Heroes, we were a publishing company back in the 1990s, a company that I owned and operated, and we were one of the top 5 small press comic book companies in the country back in the 90s. In fact, about half a dozen of the guys that worked for me, that trained with me, worked for me, are now working for Marvel and DC, the most famous of which is Ethan Van Sciver, who did a book called Cyberfrog. Ethan right now is one of the top 5 comic book artists in the world. And he's exclusive with DC. He is doing the Flash Rebirth relaunch. He did the Green Lantern Rebirth relaunch. He has done X-Men. He has done Impulse, Flash, Green Lantern, Justice League.
Isn't he the one that recreated the new design for Sinestro?
That's right. He recreated the new design for Sinestro, for Green Lantern. A lot of stuff. So very famous.
And we met Hal. He's a good guy.
That's right. Absolutely. Yeah, you guys got to meet
Hal's
Green Lantern in person, which was very cool. But yeah, we did about 60 different books from 1992 to 1998. And like I said, we were one of the top 5 small press companies in the country at that time, which was really cool. So that's where Hall of Heroes originated from, and it just seemed like a great name for the museum. Our museum, as you saw, is a recreation of the Hall of Justice, a 2-story recreation of Super Friends, one of my favorite cartoons. So of course the museum had to look like the Hall of Justice, which is really cool. And of course the Hall of Heroes books we actually sell over here in our gift shop. We have some of those for sale here that I autograph for visitors. And then we have, different statues and busts and different toys and comic books, that we sell here at the museum. And some of the national magazine articles have been done on our museum. So a lot of really cool stuff that we've had, that we've got here for sale. So people can kind of come visit. They're going to learn about the whole 70-year history of superheroes in comic books, film, toys, animation. We cover the whole 70-year history of superheroes here in our museum, and this is just the beginning. Now we're going to take you over here to our first section of the museum, which, as you come over here, this very cool wall here is what we call the Hollywood Heroes section of our museum. We cover the whole 70-year history of Hollywood right here in this section of our museum. As you can see on the wall, we have several celebrity autographs. We have the autographs of the full cast of the X-Men movie here, all 5 autographs right here. We have 3 autographs of Spider-Man up there. And we even, we have some of the newer ones, some of the older ones. We've got up here for the old Hulk TV show from the 70s. Yes, Lou Ferrigno and Bill Bixby. We have both autographs. Linda Carter was Wonder Woman, William Cat Grace, American Hero. So a lot of really cool celebrity autographs.
I got to stop you there real fast, Alan,
yes.
Just because I have to say Linda Carter's a fox.
Yes, she is.
Everybody out there in comic book movie land, Linda Carter.
And we've got a really cool statue here of Linda Carter, a very cool likeness, which is very nice. And then we also have the Christopher Reeve Superman, which is a new piece. We just got that in about a month ago. Some of the really cool things here in our Hollywood section is this movie poster right here has Spider-Man. This is the one that was recalled after 9/11 because it has the Twin Towers and the eyepiece. So most people have not seen this. This is a very rare movie poster.
And that's the money shot.
Yes, absolutely. And then here we have a replica.
Don't press that button!
That's right. The Green Goblin's pumpkin bomb. This was put out by the studio, very limited. This was not something you could get in stores.
Yeah, not at
But it's
all.
actually metallic and everything, just like, it's identical to the ones that the movie studio put out. And it lights up, which is really cool.
Sweet. That is awesome.
It's a very cool piece.
Absolutely.
I'm waiting for William Dafoe to bust into the door.
Remember me!
Well, you know, if comic book movie fans come out here in October, on Friday and Saturday nights, we will have a villains tour going on, and we will have different villains running around. So
Nice.
Green Goblin may possibly make an appearance
Hey,
here.
that would be cool.
I know so far Joker's going to be around.
So here.
Yep, we're going to have Doctor Doom will actually be here. Ghost Rider. Those are the villains that we know so far.
You guys will have to call and book and make arrangements. Get your butts out here. It's
Yes,
the neatest
it's
place.
going to be the coolest haunted house you've ever seen.
Alan, just in case we got some fans out there that want to come to that, how would they
Yes.
be able to contact you, or what would be the best way?
The best way to do that is, fans can just call me. Our phone number is 574 area code 293-0755 is the best number to reach us, because we're in and out a lot, so we don't have set hours, so you have to just give us a call and let us know when you want to set up a tour.
Okay.
That's the best way to do it. And then also the other Hollywood section is this particular Batman movie poster here. This is Batman Forever. We have this particular movie poster for two reasons. Right here in the display case, we have a $100 bill that was used by Jim Carrey in the Riddler bank robbery scene. It was actually used on the set, so we actually have real Hollywood memorabilia here at the museum.
I love Jim Carrey too.
Yeah.
Very cool.
He's
The
hilarious.
really coolest thing, though,
Only bright spot
is
for that one.
I was actually almost in this movie. I was one of the 5 finalists to be Robin before Chris O'Donnell got the role. During the early 90s, I was a fitness instructor in the military. Taught martial arts, American fighting styles, had a black belt, and just kind of short, dark hair, kind of fit the role, could do a lot of my own stunts. Unfortunately, I got cut right at the end because I didn't have any professional acting experience.
Right.
So that's where I kind of got cut at the end, unfortunately. But that was my closest call to real big fame.
Right.
And then last year, I
Well, I gotta say, Chris O'Donnell really nailed that role.
He didn't have much professional
I know,
experience.
I could have done a much better job than he did. Absolutely.
Hey,
Absolutely.
Can you tell our fans out there who else was in the running for that
Yes,
Robin role?
a lot of people don't know this, but Christian Bale, the current Batman, was also one of the 5 finalists to be Robin.
Even though he denied it last year publicly, Alan Stewart here was there at the roll call, auditioning for the role of Robin, and he physically saw Christian Bale there.
Which is
auditioning
why
as well.
we think he's so against bringing out any Robin
That's
in
absolutely-
any of the Batman.
I think so.
episodes.
It's a personal
Yes.
issue.
Mhm.
Absolutely, you betcha. Yeah, but the other.
Which he shouldn't complain too much, because I did see American Psycho, and he's had a lot. He should have been cut out of quite a few roles, but he did come through on a few movies.
Very
I'll tell
cool,
you that.
very cool. Now, if you're big fans of Heroes, we have different Heroes action figures.
Love that show.
Including
Yes.
the exclusives from ChicagoCon last year, the full invisible and half invisible Peter. We also have, if you're a Smallville fan, we have one of the Cave Keys from the show, which is really cool. And then last summer's Batman movie, we have some of the Harvey Dent election button stuff that the studio sent us, which is very, very cool. And then we have a Superman emblem that's autographed by Lane Smith. Lane Smith played Perry White on the Lois and Clark TV show. He's probably the nicest actor that I'd ever met, because when Hall of Heroes went on tour, went to a lot of these conventions, I met some of these celebrities. He was the nicest celebrity that I ever met.
Well, we met the Green Lantern, man. He was.
That's right, met Green Lantern. I love Green Lantern. He's my favorite. We have some of the different TV guides here, some of the old TV guides.
The old Flash right there, the TV special.
Yep,
Lee,
that's right.
You could appreciate that, Lee.
Yes, Lee will love that.
Absolutely. Now, the other thing that we have that's really cool is if you look right here on the towers, we have old lobby cards of Superman and Batman. These are lobby cards, the old movie posters from the 1940s showing the first appearances in film, the old black and white stuff, pre-television. And then we have a Phantom. We also have a Captain America over here, which is very cool, another lobby card. And we have Captain Marvel as well. So we have all 5 superhero films that they've done. And then we have, of course, one of the original Christopher Reeve Superman movies. This, of course, Superman 2, my favorite of all the Superman movies,
Absolutely.
with the Phantom Zone criminals.
I think it's everybody's favorite of all the Superman movies.
And something a lot of people don't know was just released at San Diego Con last month, that next year they are coming out with 12-inch figures, Christopher Reeve Superman likeness, and Terrence Stamp as Zod.
Zod, General Zod.
And the Zod one looks very cool. I've seen pictures of it. So I'm really excited about that toy coming out. Yes.
That would be cool. That
Very
would be
cool. And then one of the last final things we have for this section is this Batman piece and this Fantastic Four. Those are actual real pieces of film reel from the actual movies,
Okay.
from the movie reels, which is very, very cool.
You even got a Brandon Ruth.
Yes, we have
Superman
Brandon
returns
Routh,
there.
Superman, up there, autographed.
Mhm.
In fact, his aunt works down the street here at the elementary school with my wife.
Get out of town.
Yeah,
Wow.
the school actually has a Superman poster autographed
Wow.
made out to the school, which
Well,
is very, very cool.
Before he landed that role, he was a bartender. If you knew that, you know.
I didn't know that. I didn't
Yeah,
know
he was
that.
a
No,
bartender.
I
He
did
got-
not.
He got saved out of the bar to be Superman, so that's cool.
There you go.
Comic book movie fans, this wraps up our first installment here of the Hall of Heroes
installment.
Museum Tour.
Much more to come.
Much more to come.
Yes.
Check back with us next week.
I think we're doing what, Batcave?
The Batcave.
Batcave next week. And Greatest American Hero.
Batcave.
Check us out here in a week. We'll be coming right back at you.
We'll see you guys.